Good morning, respected judges and dear colleagues.
Sir,
My
please put on
topic is
slideshow, sir. Please
yes,
put on slideshow, sir.
yes. I have clicked on the slideshow. It's taking some time.
Okay, sir.
Just I think it is now slideshow. Good morning, respected judges and dear colleagues. My topic is synchronous teleophthalmology, a hidden boon for rural population in pre-corona era. Synchronous teleophthalmology enables real-time interaction between the doctor and the patient. While 70% of the India's population live in rural areas, over 70% of the doctors practice in urban areas. Teleophthalmology plays an important role in bridging this divide. The West Bengal Teleophthalmology project was started with two districts in mind, Bankura district and the Paschim Mednipur district, the original undivided district of Paschim Mednipur. So in this Bankura district, 10 centers were selected for project, and similarly 10 centers were selected from the Paschim Mednipur district. So these 20 centers, the patients from these 20 centers were referred to Bankura Medical College and Midnapur Medical College for treatment or for teleconsultation whenever necessary. Initially, the optometrists were trained at Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, Kolkata and Vivekanand Mission Ashram, Chaitanyapur. The vision centers were equipped with necessary equipments. And when the project started, all the patients underwent a detailed ocular examination, including refractions, slit lamp examination, and treatment and teleconsultation whenever necessary. About 26 lakhs of uh, people reside in these 20 vision centers. During the 5-year period, we examined 2,32,000 patients in this project, and majority of them, about 40%, required refraction and glasses. About 6% of the patients were referred to the medical college. Among the patients referred to the medical college, cataract formed a big chunk, about 7,500 patients, and the next group included retinal diseases, about 1,100 patients. It is significant to note that we found 66 patients with vitamin A deficiency also. Discussion, Shankar Nethralaya started teleophthalmology way back in 2002 with teleophthalmology mobile vans, and their vans included everything, including refraction, slit lamp examination, fundus photography, and teleconsultation with central hub whenever necessary. They conducted about 6,500 camps in 1 year, and about 6.5 lakh patients were examined. Less than 10% required teleconsultation, and majority of them, about 25%, needed glasses. Arvind Teleophthalmology Network has both permanent vision centers as well as mobile vans. The 91 vision centers serve a population of about 85 lakhs. About 6 lakhs patients are examined in a year, and 90% can be fully treated on site. Through the mobile van, 74 screening camps were conducted over a 5-year period, and 20,000 patients were screened. The prevalence of diabetic retinopathy was 10.5%. The benefits of teleophthalmology include that it can reach remote, inaccessible areas. It saves time, money, and energy of the patient. It provides timely intervention in emergency situations, avoids unnecessary referrals. In one of the studies, it has been noted that 26% of the patients were living with potentially sight-threatening disease without any access to specialized medical care. The limitations include high cost of initial investment, last mile connectivity, and non-availability of trained staff. To conclude, teleophthalmology is a cost-effective technology which provides quality eye care to people living in remote rural areas, and 90% of them can be fully treated on-site. Early and timely treatment prevents permanent visual complications and blindness. Teleophthalmology was the most non-glamorous subspecialty in ophthalmology, and nobody bothered about it. Only community ophthalmology people were interested in it. And then came Corona, when all the stars of ophthalmology, the refractive surgeons, cornea surgeons, cataract surgeons, had to shut down their clinics and depend on teleophthalmology to provide patient care services. So now it has become a brightest star in the field of ophthalmology. A lot of hard work has been put by all the team members. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff of ILNFS Education and Technology Services, all the optometrists of the vision centers, all the staff of the ophthalmology department of Midnapur Medical College and Bankura Medical College, and all the staff of RIO Kolkata and Vivekanand Mission Ashram Chaitanyapur who were involved in capacity building for this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. It is really nice to know that West Bengal is having such a good teleophthalmology project. My question is, with this effect of Corona, will there be any change in your strategy or the same thing will continue? What will be the effect of Corona in your program, teleophthalmology program?
Sir, unfortunately or sadly, I would like to inform that this project ended just before Corona started. Though teleophthalmology picked up in all the areas after Corona, unfortunately, this project was stopped before Corona started. So that is the irony. It should have become more widespread and more important.
In other words, if I need to start this similar program in my area, what will be your suggestion from your side?
Yeah, I would like to open more vision centers, involve more districts, because it's a very cost-effective method of treating people in rural areas who can't come to medical colleges. And importantly, 90% of the patients can be treated on site. So that is a very important thing which is needed in our country.
So my question is, are you training the staff from that district itself, like ASHA workers or somebody, or you are using your hospital or government staff from medical college?
No, these optometrists were paid. So they were employed by the project. So anybody could apply and take up this position, and they were trained at RIO Kolkata and Vivekanand Mission Ashram Chaitanyapur.
Okay.
Dr. Sanjay, very good. Dr. Sanjay, very good presentation and wonderful work. I have just a question. As you have told, Shankar Netralaya is already doing, Arvind is already doing it. They are doing it for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
So, in particular, your study, regarding your study, how your study has helped in advancement of science or our advancement of our knowledge?
Sir, we had certain limitations compared to Shankar Netralaya and Arvind Ophthalmology Network. Like Shankar Netralaya had mobile vans. They did not have permanent vision centers, but they had fundus cameras in the mobile vans. And it was not synchronous teleophthalmology. That was store and forward technology. Arvind Ophthalmology Network also has permanent vision centers, but they also have fundus cameras. Our limitation was that we were working without fundus cameras, but still we were providing services with our limited resources, and we hope to pick up in the future.
Thank you, doctor, for excellent